Let's count down 10 banned cars and why some governments said no thanks. 10. Porsche 911 GT2 RS banned in India. India has some of the world's highest import taxes, especially on high-performance sports cars. But that's not why the 911 GT2 RS is banned. This beast was blocked because Porsche didn't meet India's safety compliance standards in time. Import regulations require crash testing and airbag specs to be tailored to Indian law. Porsche chose not to make those modifications. End result, Indian buyers couldn't legally register the car, no matter how fat their wallets were. 9. Kia Soul, banned in some European countries due to pedestrian safety. At first glance, banning the quirky, boxy Kia Soul seems ridiculous. But in countries like the UK, early models of the Soul didn't meet updated pedestrian impact safety standards. European safety laws are especially strict when it comes to how the front of a car absorbs the shock when it hits a pedestrian. The Soul's high, flat front fascia was deemed too risky. Ironically, not for the driver, but for anyone who accidentally crosses its path. 8. Nissan Skyline R34 GT-R banned in the US until recently. Yes, this legend was illegal in the US for decades. The reason? It never met American emissions and crash test standards when it was released. The R34 GT-R wasn't sold in the US, so any import attempts had to go through strict NHTSA scrutiny. Some owners tried loopholes, but Homeland Security seized and crushed multiple illegally imported Skylines in the 2000s. It's now legal under the 25-year import rule, but only recently. 7. Mitsubishi Evo 8 and 9, banned in some Southeast Asian countries. In places like Malaysia and Indonesia, the Evo 8 and Evo 9 were temporarily banned due to street racing culture and illegal modifications. Authorities believed the cars were too easy to tune for high speeds and were often associated with underground racing. The models weren't defective, they were just too good at being misused. In some cities, police even had standing orders to impound any suspicious Evos. 6. Bugatti Chiron, banned in Singapore, too powerful. Singapore is extremely strict about road safety and speed enforcement. While ultra-rich residents can technically import hypercars like the Bugatti Chiron, Singapore's Land Transport Authority refused to certify the Chiron for road use. Why? It's capable of 261 miles per hour, far beyond the island's strict speed limit of 90 kilometers per hour, 56 miles per hour. Insurance costs, emissions, and roadworthiness rules also make it effectively banned for normal use. 5. Tesla Model S banned temporarily in China. Surprised? China temporarily banned Teslas from military bases and government zones in 2021 over data collection concerns. The Chinese government feared that Tesla's onboard cameras and sensors could send sensitive footage back to U.S. servers. While the ban wasn't national, it was serious enough to cause a diplomatic stir. Tesla had to open a local data center in China and promise that all data would stay local to regain trust. 4. Hummer H2 banned in parts of Europe. The Hummer H2 is an icon of American excess, but in cities like London and Paris, it's not welcome. The reason? Emissions and size. The H2 fails to meet EU environmental standards, and its massive dimensions make it unsuitable for narrow European streets. Some city councils even impose extra fees or outright restrict entry for oversized SUVs like the Hummer. It's simply too dirty, too thirsty, and too wide. 3. Suzuki Jimny, banned in the EU, temporarily. The tiny Suzuki Jimny is beloved worldwide, but it faced a temporary ban in the EU due to its carbon emissions. New Euro 6D standards meant the Jimny couldn't be classified as a passenger car anymore. Suzuki had to re-release it as a commercial vehicle with only 2 seats to skirt around the law. So, technically it wasn't banned forever, but you couldn't buy a new passenger version for a while. 2. Lamborghini Veneno, banned in the US, initially. When Lamborghini unveiled the Veneno, only a few were made, and even fewer made it to the US. Why? It didn't comply with American safety standards. With its razor-sharp angles, low clearance, and ultra-limited production run, crash testing wasn't practical. The Department of Transportation classified it as a show and display car, meaning it can't be driven regularly, and is mostly limited to private collections and display events. 1. Rolls-Royce Phantom. Banned in Vietnam. You wouldn't expect a Rolls-Royce to be banned, but in Vietnam, several Phantom models were effectively outlawed due to taxation laws. The country imposed luxury car taxes up to 200%, making ownership so difficult that even wealthy buyers were discouraged. On top of that, strict emissions laws meant certain Phantom models couldn't be registered at all. In essence, Vietnam priced the Phantom out of existence.